All right, let's clear the air before the holiday season. This is something we're going to call Under the Tree, Danny.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're going to rip right through all 6 divisions. You will take the National League, I will take the American League, and we will gift something to a team or a player. It's our choice.
Okay.
But one person does one division. So you will start in the National League West.
Okay, and we are able to re-gift, I'm assuming, yes?
Sure, why not?
Okay, well, I'm going to re-gift to the Arizona Diamondbacks. What am I going to re-gift? The guy that was so big for them.
Oh.
J.D. Martinez burst onto the scene when acquired from the Tigers. Free agent out there right now, linked to several teams. He would be a perfect fit under the tree, stocking stuffer for the snakes in the desert.
That's very nice. You just won over a bunch of fans out there in Arizona. For me, in the American League West, I'm going to focus on the Angels. And they've already done a lot of holiday shopping, so I'm going to gift to them good health to Shohei Ohtani. Now, we're hearing stuff about his pitching elbow. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. So let's find the best doctors. Let's clear this up, because by the time spring training gets going and the regular season starts, I want to see this guy unwrapped for all of us fans. So call it a little selfish, I suppose, on my part. I really want to see whether or not this hitting-pitching thing's going to work. So please be healthy. That's all I'm asking. Let's move on to the NL Central. What do you got, Dan?
Let's go to Milwaukee, a city and an organization that I'm familiar with, the Brewers. What do they need? They need a big-time guy. How about Jake Arrieta? 90 miles south in the Windy City, a free agent, Jake Arrieta. Brew Crew, 5.5 games in first place going into the All-Star break this past year. They need a guy, and Jake would be that guy in Brew City.
Okay, that's nice. For me in the American League Central, I'm going to focus on the Minnesota Twins. I am going to gift them about $50 million. Why? They're looking to spend on some big-time free agent pitching, a la Yu Darvish or perhaps Jake Arrieta. The most they've ever given to a pitcher is Phil Hughes, 5 years, $58 million. Neither one of those guys is going to walk through that door for $58 million. I can tell you that. So 108, if we add 50 on top of it, still might be a little light, but at least we're in the right neighborhood. So there you go. Just giving you a little extra dough. All right, I'm going to bat leadoff now as we move to the American League East. We haven't spent a ton of time talking about the Tampa Bay Rays, but you know what? I'm feeling generous this offseason. So I am going to give you a brand new stadium! Yay! It's going to look something like this. I've just thrown these plans together. Now we have to change the picture there. We'll get rid of Longo. We'll put Christian Arroyo in there or something, I guess. But I, as much as the Trop has that charm and that homey feel, I just feel like for the betterment of the organization, we could do a little bit of a home upgrade, if you will, Dan.
I buy it. I buy that. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right. Thank you. What about for the National League East?
I'm going to go NL East. I'm going to go to one of my former teams. I'm going to go to my final team in 2003. I'm going to gift myself to South Philly and the Philadelphia Phillies. Here it is. The last pitch of my career, the last pitcher to throw a pitch wearing a Phillies uniform at Old Veterans Stadium. So I'm going to gift myself to throw out a pitch on September 28th. I believe that the Fightins played the Braves on September 28th. I'm going to invite myself, gift myself to throw out the first pitch that day.
Okay, we got a lot of questions to cover on this one. First of all, do you have any idea who you struck out there?
Ryan Lagerhans. When it's your last guy you're going to face, I better know who it was. Yes.
So so you closed down the vet?
I was the last pitcher to throw a vet. I was the last Phillies pitcher to throw a pitch in Veterans Stadium. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And have you ever thrown out a first pitch at a big league game?
Never. I never have. I threw out a first pitch at a college game at NC State last year and airmailed one, and luckily that the catcher had good hops.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Oh, I did. Yeah. It was an awful throw. It was awful. Thank goodness the IT cameras weren't there to see it. It was bad. It was really bad.
Very quickly. So you've seen my pitch in Cleveland. It bounced. I was all worried about it. But the first time I ever did it, I threw to the Marlins. This is probably like 04, 05. I was working on the Best Damn Sports Show period at the time. I went out there with Dibble and Rodney Pete and Sally, and we all threw to one catcher, and Josh Beckett said, I'm going to get you. He said, just aim a little high. Don't worry. I'll go up and get it. So he gets down in a crouch. I throw it about 1.5 feet over his head, and he does not move. He doesn't move his mitt. He doesn't move up to go catch it. He let it sail all the way to the backstop. So it looked like I threw it. It was good.
And it was a good throw. Okay, I get it. But I'll get a chance. I'm going to throw a first pitch one day. I will.
You know what, Phillies? Invite the sack man back. There you go. And he'll wear his Santa gear as well. That'll be nice. September 28th. Put it in your calendars now. And that is another edition of Under the Tree.